Rising, grand rising. It's early right now. Welcome back, man. Look, I want to start off by saying, man, watch your addictions in life. Watch your addictions in life. Yesterday, man, I was eating and one of my back tooth had fell out. My back teeth had fell out. And it just really made me realize, like, really made me become self-aware that I need to, like, pay attention to my health, and I need to watch what I'm eating, because I was eating like some cookies yesterday, and then the back of my tooth just fell out. I'm like, yeah, I need to pay attention and watch what I'm doing. But I say that to say, watch your addictions in life. Watch what you addicted to. And you could be addicted to good things, and you could be addicted to bad things. You could be addicted to positivity. You could be addicted to negativity. Bad foods, good foods. Drugs. Games. You could be addicted to the grind. That's why I say, watch where you place your focus at. Watch where you place your focus at. It's important that you place your focus somewhere positive around healthy and good habits in life. Because if we too focused on the negative, eating the bad food, taking in bad knowledge, focused on entertainment, focused on distractions instead of knowledge, it'll end up messing us up in the long run. So you always want to pay attention to that, and you always want to be self-aware that of being positive in life, and just being aware to eating and doing the right things, because before you know it, you could be in a position that you don't want to be in. And that's just a little sum of, my teeth, one of my tooth falling out from eating bad food. So it's like, you always want to place your focus on the right things in life. You always want to, what's up, Grand Riser, how you doing, how y'all doing? But you always want to place your focus on the right things in life. Like, I'm like, my tooth then fell out. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? But yeah, I'm like, my tooth then fell out. I'm like, you don't never want to place your focus on bad habits and distractions. You feel me? Thank you. I appreciate the love and support, y'all. I appreciate the love and support. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? How y'all feeling in the chat? Everybody good? We focused on positivity, man, and having a good habits and positive habits in our life. You feel me? That's good. I'm glad to hear it. We focused on positivity, man. But like I was saying, y'all, yesterday, I was like, my tooth head fell out. We gotta focus on good habits instead of bad habits. We gotta focus on positivity instead of negativity. We gotta get up and chase our dreams and goals in life. And I'm gonna start organizing my content. Like, I got some books right here. I got some books right here. I'm gonna show y'all. Like, I got like 2 books to where it's like I write everything in and I take everything down, and I'm gonna get into it in a minute. But yeah, I want to say, change your addictions in life, man. Change your addictions in life. I don't care. It don't matter what it is. Work on your addictions in life. Work on what you need to work on, because some people can be addicted to something and it could affect them in the long run. You know? Like I said, whether it's video games, whether it's candy, whether it's cookies, whether it's, whatever it is, whatever your addiction is, try to change your addiction and try to fix your habits to better your life. You know, to become self-aware of what you need to do and what you need to discipline yourself on. That's important. That is important, y'all. For real. But I brought my books today. to help me like with topics, so that way I won't be recovering the same thing or talking about the same thing, because in my lives I was talking about the same thing and saying the same thing, you know. But yeah, though, I want everybody to work on their addictions, work on their life, you know, fix your life for the better before it's too late. You know, you always want to work on yourself early before it come too late. You know, before you start to have bad health, before you start to, you know, start getting hurt, and things become, it get too late in life. You wanna start working on yourself now. You wanna start working out now. You wanna start chasing your dreams and goals now. You wanna start going after the life you want now. You wanna pursue your dreams and goals. You know, you wanna go after your passion in life. You know, you wanna live in your purpose. It's that time. You know, we not making no excuses. We being accountable for our life, and our choices are going to determine our life. You know, so it's important that you stand on top of your choices, you stand on top of your life, your purpose, you know, and you discipline yourself. Take out all your bad addictions and put in, you know, good habits for you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Man, but for real though, I just want everybody to have a good life and live in a purpose, you know. Have a good life, live in your purpose. And a lot of times we don't be aware of what we be doing to, you know, beat ourselves down or take ourselves down in life, you know, just by the distractions we choose to indulge into, you know. And that, like I said, it could be with food, it could be with games, it could be with alcohol, it could be with drugs, it could be with anything, you know. We don't pay attention to the distractions that we choose to focus on, you know, when we need to be focusing on ourselves. We need to be focusing on our health. We need to be focusing on our wealth, you know. We need to be really locked in to just ourselves. We need to make ourselves the priority. It's important that we make ourselves the priority in life, you know, and we start working on, and we start, thank you, I appreciate it. But and we start working on ourselves, you know, and we stick to it. We don't stop, because we gotta every day we gotta work to get 1% better. Every day we have to work to get 1% better. That is important. It's important that we work to get 1% better. Yep. So it's a grind, but and it's hard, but like I said in plenty of my lives, if it's hard, then it's worth it. You know, because you gonna grow. You gonna grow from things being hard. But I got a couple quotes like that I wrote down in my book. And I'm gonna read what my book say, and I'm gonna show y'all too. Like, this my book right here. It got a whole bunch of words in it, but that's what I basically was writing everything in, writing like motivational quotes, you know, life quotes, life lessons, you know, that's just to help me with life, you know. And I'm like, I'm gonna start planning my lives and start, you know, having it set up so I have something to talk about instead of just, you know, wasting time. And the caption of the video is, don't waste your time, don't waste your life, don't waste your potential, and don't waste your value. But my books say you were created to do good work that empowers and inspires lib wait, hold on. Empowers and inspires, liberates and transforms, restores and softens. Yes, work can be hard as it was meant to be. The verb itself calls us into action, rejecting pass passivity, yeah, that's right, and demanding sustained effort. It provokes, agitates, and disturbs. But this work, the call for justice, is good work. Yep. It defends the oppressed and frees the captive. It tears down walls and destroys barriers. It changes things. So when you're feeling weary or hopeless or spent, remind yourself that the darkness is being flooded by marvelous light. Yes, this is work and it is good. But yeah, that's what the cover of my book say though. I ain't gonna lie. I definitely messed up on some reading. You gotta you gotta bear with me. I ain't gonna lie. I just got up. But yeah though, like I got so much stuff written down. Like I got self-awareness, I got self-regulation, I got motivation, the ability to see abundance. I got so much stuff in here. Real wealth and opportunities I built. Being successful has to come with creating a vision. So I got a lot of stuff. You tell me it's fine. I'm bad to read too. Man. But I ain't gonna lie, one of my favorite quotes in my book is we stuck by our sight, but we can be freed by our vision. You know? We stuck by our sight, but we can be freed by our vision. That's an important quote to me because it's like no matter what you see or the environment you in or the people you around, it's like your vision can still free you, Like you just having that dream and goal for yourself can do a lot. All you got to do is take action on it. Um even if you in a negative environment or you around people that's not really seeing what you seeing. Your mindset can really do a lot for you. Your belief can do a lot for you when you down and you out, when you not in good environments. That's important to me. Like I ain't gonna lie. But back to back to focusing, discipline, and being consistent with your life. Because like I said, man, addictions, boy, addictions. Sometimes you have to separate yourself, and like I said, like you don't want to wait till it's too late in life. You do not want to wait till it's too late in life to try to work on your health, your wealth, and getting your life together and being self-aware what's for you and what's not for you. You know? That because it's gonna be important. And if we don't focus and lock in the right timing, then we gonna look up and we gonna wish we would have did it, and for our future self. Like we gonna wish we would have stayed away from the temptation. We gonna wish we would have stayed away from certain food, certain people, certain environments, certain distractions. It's like if we don't wake up, we gonna be forced to. If you don't wake up, you gonna be forced to wake up. So it's like you have to work on yourself. You have to keep grinding. You have to discipline yourself. Take yourself away from temptation. Take yourself away from distractions. It's just like focusing on your knowledge instead of your entertainment. You have to focus on your knowledge instead of your entertainment. You have to focus on your health instead of what you like and what's just giving you a quick feeling. You know? It's important though. It's important though. But yeah though, I got like so many quotes. Like alcohol over man makes you a stuff, but we be sweet. Nowadays we create. Like I got another quote in here. It's like nowadays we create what we see, not what we think. We create what we see, not what we think. Being the best, then I got another quote. Being the best version of yourself, rest at the end, not in the middle. Rest in the end, not in the middle. Don't never stop. Don't never give up. When you start something, keep going to the fullest. Keep pushing yourself. Keep chasing your dreams and goals. Keep living your purpose in life. Live the life that you want to live and don't stop no matter how hard it gets. No matter how hard life gets, Keep going. For real. That's important. But we gotta work on ourselves. We gotta stay disciplined. We gotta stay consistent, no matter what life hits us with. And I had like in my book I was writing down like goals for me, just repeating them. But I'm like, if I don't put the action in, then it's just like people saying manifestation. Trying to manifest something in their life, but not working for it. You know, it's not, if you're not gonna put the action in, then ain't no point of trying to manifest it, or ain't no point of trying to speak it into existence if you're not gonna put the work in. Like you have to put the work in. You gotta get up every day and be consistent. You gotta want to be 1% better for yourself. It's all for you at the end of the day. It's not for nobody else. It's all for your life. You know? So we really gotta lock in and be disciplined with what we want out of life. And we have to get up every day and get to it. No matter what hits us, no matter the struggle, no matter the problems, no matter the hard, no matter the trauma, you got to get to your dreams and goals, and you got to figure it out in life. You have to. You have to. I got another quote that say, live full, transition empty. Live full, transition empty. Live your life full of potential. Live your life like giving your all, make your life worth living. That's important. Make your life worth living. Give your all, live full, and transition empty. Give everything you got in life so you could transition empty. You feel me? You don't want to hold. You don't want to wait off. You don't want to be afraid. You don't want to be scared to do something. You want to chase your dreams and goals, and you want to go after the life for yourself. You want to go after the life so you can be proud of yourself. And so you can say you did everything that you wanted to do in life. Instead of waiting and procrastinating and wasting time and wasting your potential because you was afraid to do something. You want to go after everything that you want in life. Don't let nobody stop you. Don't let nobody get in your head. Don't focus on validation, who's supporting you, who clapping for you. You gotta have your own support sometimes. You gotta self-support. You gotta self-love. You know, you gotta love yourself. You have to love yourself, and you have to go after your dreams and goals. And you can't wait for somebody to try to come and help you, come and save you. Like I always say, if you put the work in, then and the right people come around to show love and help you out, then that's okay. But waiting for somebody to come give you a handout or save you or try to push you, you have to push yourself, and you gotta want it for yourself. These are your dreams and goals at the end of the day. And I'm talking to myself too. These are our dreams and goals at the end of the day. And we have to make it happen for ourselves. We have to create the life for ourselves. Because that's what we want. That ain't what nobody else want. It's what we want, not what nobody else want in life. So that's important. That is important. And man, so many people don't understand that you need, sometimes you have to separate. You got to separate from certain environments, certain crowds, certain people, certain food, certain things like gaming, food, whatever it is. You gotta separate from things that's not getting you to your purpose in life. That's not helping you with your purpose in life. That's not helping you get to your dreams and goals. You have to. I got another quote. It say, communication can be about listening. Communication can be about listening. And what I mean by that is, it's like you ain't gotta always be talking and always, got something to say to be communicating. Sometimes listening and the head nod is communicating. Like, majority of the time in life, your best response is nothing. You know? Your best response in life to people is nothing. It's just action. Your best response is action. Getting the job done without saying a word. Because people will take you more seriously than you just running your mouth and you just not talk. You talking a lot, but your actions don't show. Nobody is going to respect you for that. Nobody is going to. They ain't gonna really care. You just gonna be running. You just gonna be a person that run your mouth. That just talk. Your talk gonna be cheap. So that's why I wrote that quote down. Communication could be about listening. Is listening too. You ain't even got to talk. Just showing your actions. That's all you got to do is showing your actions. And then I don't even know if I finished this book. I got this book too I was reading. It's called Blessed in a Mess. I got to like the end of it, and then after that I started reading another book, and I ain't even finished this one. But this book basically talks about, like, even when you going through your hardest times, or when you down and out, don't never always have faith and hope in yourself. Always have faith and hope in yourself and believe in yourself no matter what. And it's always a learning, it's always a lesson, it's always a way, So don't never give up on yourself. Bro, never give up on yourself. Like, one of the first chapter, it say the more you love rainbows, the more you will have to bear with storms. Like, I ain't gonna lie, that's deep, dude. The more the more you love rainbows, the more you will have to bear with storms. That's crazy. Because it's true. The more you want to see when you see a rainbow, you see a rainbow after it rains, after it storms. So it's like you gotta see the rain, and you gotta see the storms before you see the rainbows. You know, you gotta see what you don't want to see before you see what you do want to see. So that's important in life. It's important. It's a lesson. In order to see that rainbow, you got to see the storms. And it's like, when your problems and your trauma or whatever hit you, the situations you got to go through, always look at it like that. Like, I just got to go through the rain. I just got to get through this rain. I just got to get through this storm, and then everything going to be good. I just got to make it to the other side. I just got to survive what I'm going through. As long as I can survive what I'm going through and make it to the other side, everything going to be okay in life. You got to tell yourself that sometimes. Things ain't nothing going to stop me, because I believe in myself. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep grinding. Man. Again, it's another one. It says, trials should not surprise us, or cause us to doubt cause us to doubt God's faithfulness. Rather, we should actually be glad for them. God sends trials to strengthen our trust in him, so that our faith will not fail. Our trials keep us trusting. They burn away our self-confidence and drive us to our Savior. That's deep too. Because your trials and temptations, overcoming your test, trials, and temptations is important. It's important because trials, temptations, and tests are just to test our faith. You know, it's just to test our faith and our hope in life. When you going through your trials and temptations and your tests and your problems and whatever you need to go through in life, it's just to test your faith. That's all it is. Can you keep going? Can you persevere through everything that you need to go through to be successful? Well, that's all it's doing. Can you persevere through everything you need to go through in order to be successful? And I'm a low key. I gotta low key start writing down in my book again and see bringing like a pen to write and get back into my book. But I wrote I had wrote down that say it said I will be a millionaire. Then this one say I will have a respectful, valuable, intelligent, family. Like I wrote all my stuff down in my book, and I used to read it over and over again. But then it came to a point where it was like, all right, now I gotta take action. I gotta take I gotta take some type of action in my life. That was important. It's like I gotta take some type of action in my life. Because no matter how many times you try to say it or you write it down or try to manifest it, if you not putting in the work, then it's like ain't no point of it. Ain't no point of it. It's not gonna matter if you not actually working to actually get the life that you want for yourself, to actually create the life that you want for yourself. Then I ain't gonna lie, I like this quote too. I had wrote down a quote too. The sun is sunning. Let me see. Yeah, I had wrote down a quote too, y'all. It say, the ability to see abundance versus scarcity. Meaning having the same opportunities, but actually having the ability in your mind to get what you want. And that's deep to me too. The ability to see abundance, having the same opportunities, but actually having the ability in your mind to get what you want. You know, I feel like that's deep too, because it's like a lot of people low key have opportunities. A lot of people have ways that they can make for themselves, but some people only gonna be successful because of their thinking and how they think, and how they able to create that life that they want for themselves. You know, right? Too many people can't do that, but a lot of people have low key the same opportunities. But it's not always gonna be about the opportunity. It's sometimes gonna be about a person thinking and how can they create a better, like, I'm trying to see how to say it. I'm tongue tied right now, but people people thinking and their ability to create is what separate them. Like a lot of us have a deep, like, the same opportunities. We don't, but we do. We don't, but we do. But a different person, like, their ability of thinking, that's what's gonna separate them. Like, I gotta think of an example of it so I can make it easier to break down. It's like okay, with content creating. It's like somebody could be doing content. Two people could be doing content creating. One person could be doing it and they both got the same iPhone. They both starting with 0 subscribers. But just because a person might, one of the people might think different. They might be able to actually see their vision. They know how to create it. They know how to critically think. They know what to do. They know how to get views. They know how to do their thumbnail. They know how to do certain things, opposed to the other person where it's like they just doing it. They ain't really putting thought behind it. They ain't really trying to figure out what works, what don't work. They ain't really trying to lock in. But the other person can critically think, they could plan, they could figure out what they need and what they don't need, you know? So it's like, man, that quote is big too though. But we gotta work on our strengths and weaknesses in life too. We have to work on our strengths and weaknesses in life too. And make difficult things simple. Yeah, and I got another quote. Intelligence framework, make difficult things simple. Break down high level concepts into manageable pieces. That's deep. I ain't gonna. I be having some decent quotes. Then I wrote down like motivation, like short definitions of motivation, inspiration, education, instruction, automation, everything. But I'm like, I need to start back grinding, start back writing in my book, and that's what I'm gonna start doing. Like writing down topics to talk about. That too, writing down topics so I could plan my video out. Like for every 10 minutes I have a topic, a different topic, or every 20 minutes I have an idea or a topic that I want to touch on and that I want to explain for the first 20 minutes. Then the next 20 minutes I'm gonna do a different topic, like that. Just organizing my content and organizing, everything, because organization is important. You know, organization is important. I wrote down, I'm like, but this was a long time ago. I had wrote down like five ways to get rich. And it say like budget, plan, get out of debt, quality relationships, save money, invest money. People who win with money always are givers, and then discipline, attitude, focus. Discipline, attitude, focus. I ain't gonna lie. Plan, get out of debt, quality relationships, save money, invest money. People who win with money always are givers. And those are my 5 ways that I had wrote down to get rich. Boy, I got so much in my book. But man, wherever you put your focus at, that's where your life gonna be. Wherever you put your focus at, if you put your focus on people, you put your focus on food, you put your focus on games, put your focus on entertainment, that's where your life is gonna be. If you grind, you get up every day, you work hard, you focused, you got one thing, you got one goal, you got your dreams and goals, and you specifically focused on that, and you lock in with that, then hey, life is what you make it. Life is what you make it. We have choices. No matter, and is it a lot going on where you have to well sometimes your choices could be distracted. Yes, it is. It is a lot. I ain't gonna act like it's not a lot going on in life to where it's just like, oh, it's so easy to make the right choices, because it's not. It's not easy to make the right choices. It's actually hard to make the right choices. But it's gonna be worth it. It's more value in making the right choices. Your life will be better once you actually make the right choices for yourself. You know, you ain't gotta worry about it's already too much going on, but if you making the wrong choices, then it ain't gonna do nothing but make it worse. You know, it ain't gonna do nothing but make life worse if you making the wrong choices. It's already too much going on in today, but you gotta actually be accountable for your choices, and you gotta actually lock in with your life and know what's for you and what's not for you. That's important. Know what's for you and what's not for you. Be accountable for your life. Because when life hits, when them tests hit, and you got to be tested, you got to choose the right answers in order to pass the test. You have to choose the right answers in order to pass the test. I'm going to have consideration. I'm going to have, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. In my next live, I'm going to write down all my ideas, my topics, and then I'm going to touch on those in my next live. Because I need to lock in with that. Then if y'all want topics talked about, or anything that you just got going on in your daily life, or anything, I'm willing to touch on those topics and talk about it. Any idea you got, whatever it is, I'm willing to talk about it and dive deep into it. Like, then I got another quote. It say, get your teammates to wake up and be the best version of themselves, not just you. Not just you. It's the people around you too. I ain't gonna lie. In life, right, you can be very, like me experiencing, you can be affected by the people excuse me. You can be affected by the people you hang around. You know? Like, you can be, um, your environment can definitely impact you, and can definitely affect you in a certain way. You know? Like, if you around people that play the game all day, eat, lazy, don't do nothing, then you gonna be one of those people. If you around somebody that work out, you around somebody that's focused on their health and their wealth, getting their life together, then you gonna be one of those people. I don't know. It's just I don't know. I guess it's just the energy that's just around you, and it's like, if it's too much of the same energy around you, it just be contagious. You know, it's like you can't help but to not do what you around. Like, you can't help it. That's like you staying with somebody, and they get so much of something, and then you start to trying it. Like, they start getting so much of food, clothes, whatever it is, and you just around it all the time. So you actually start trying it, and then you start liking it, and then you start doing what they doing. But that's just how it is though. That's just how it is though. Your environment can affect you. Your environment can affect you. That's why sometimes you do have to separate if you not in the right environment, and you have to get your life together, and you have to just self-awareness. Be aware of who you are, what you need to do, chasing your dreams and goals in order for you to be successful in life, and take yourself away from people, you know? Take yourself away from distractions and things that's not actually allowing you to go after your purpose in life. That's important. That is important. Boy, the grind don't stop though. It don't stop. And we not giving up. We using our time to the best of our ability. Every minute, every second, every hour counts. Literally, every minute, every second, every hour counts. And right now, I ain't gonna lie. I definitely need to finish. But if y'all do want to check this book out, this the book right here. It's a good book. I ain't gonna lie. Blessed in a Mess. It's definitely a good book. I'm reading this other book right now. Um, Even though it's an old book, I'm reading like Poor Dad, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, something like that. I'm on that book. I need to work on like finishing books and actually that's my whole thing, starting something and then stopping it. I ain't gonna lie, I got a huge problem with that. I got a terrible problem with that. Like starting something in life and then stopping it. I don't know why. Every time I want to start something doing good for myself, I want to change something. I want to try to be 1% better at something every day, you know, whether it's working out, whether it's reading. I started and then I end up stopping. I started and end up stopping, but I know it's gonna be. I'ma still keep doing it. I know it because I know it's gonna be a time where I am gonna be able to stay consistent with it. Where I'm gonna be able to stay consistent with it and keep reading, keep working out, keep bettering my health, keep bettering my wealth, you know. So I'ma just keep going, keep trying. I'm not gonna stop. Let me see. I'm gonna try to see if I can find a better quote, a decent better quote. Let me see. Cause I ain't gonna lie. This book give you some good life advice. This book definitely gives you some good life advice. And one thing I was gonna say too that I was low-key thinking of, I'm like, when you shouldn't be worried about nobody opinions in life. That too. Don't worry about nobody opinions in life and what you doing with your life to get your life together. You know, live in your purpose. Live in your light. You know, don't let nobody dim your light with their darkness. Just because they life ain't going the way they want it to go, they want to dim your light with their darkness. Just because they afraid and they scared to go after daydreams and goals, they afraid, they want to put that fear on you. You know, they want to put that energy on you. They want to put them distractions, they want to put that hard, they want to put all that on you. When you need to have faith, hope, and separation. Separate yourself. Space and opportunity. Separate yourself from people so you guys space and opportunity, because a lot of times people will put their fear, they'll put their heart on you. And sometimes they'll do it not even knowing. So it's important that you separate yourself and you be in your own lane and you focused on your life and chasing your dreams and goals, and you have faith and you have hope that you can do anything that you want to. And if you believe in yourself, you can accomplish anything you want to in life. It's that simple, though. It's that simple. It's not hard at all. It's not hard at all. It is hard, but it's not hard. If you catch my drift. See, like this quote right here. It say, if you can't read it, say, choose to be blessed. And I will make you, it say, hold on, I'm finna read it. And I will make you a great nation, and I will bless you with abundant increase of favors, and make your name famous and distinguished, and you will be a blessing, dispensing good to others. That was a decent quote. I ain't gonna lie. Choose to be blessed. You have a choice. You have a perspective. You have a view. It's all on you. It's your choice where you choose to put your attention. You know, where you want to be in life is all up to you. It's not up to nobody else. So what you do today can affect where you gonna be tomorrow. What you do today can affect where you gonna be in the future. What you do tomorrow can affect what you gonna be, where you gonna be in the future. So your choices are important, and what you do every day, and what you do with your time is very important. Like, don't waste your time, don't waste your life, don't waste your potential. Don't do it. Don't do it. That's with anything with sleep, with games, video games, with drugs, liquor, whatever it is. Like, you have to prioritize what's important. You have to prioritize what's important in your life. And your purpose shouldn't come last to anything, or it shouldn't come second to anything. It really should be first, because whatever you love to do, whatever's in your heart, whatever your passion is, that should be the first thing that you should be doing, that you should be creating, that you should be going after. Everything else can wait. Everything else can stay, can be on pause, and you can get to it later. Now, responsibilities wise, I understand the responsibilities, and that you got certain things to take care of, whether it's kids, parents, siblings, whatever it is. Understand that, but you can still manage your responsibilities and manage your purpose in life. You still can do both. But it's all about what you want, and if you willing to sacrifice and manage that time. Because is it gonna be easy? No, but you gotta pick. You got a choice to choose. You have to pick. You have a choice to choose. So don't let your responsibilities be your excuse neither. Do not let your responsibilities be your excuse to why you not living the life you want to live. Why you ain't create the life you want to live for yourself. Because a lot of people will make that excuse. I'm not there because I don't got time. I'm not there because I got this to do. I got that to do. And people don't understand what I got going on. But at the end of the day, it just sounds like a whole bunch of excuses, because you just not going after what you want to go after. And you afraid, and you scared, you got fear. And you just want to put that fear, and you want to put being afraid on other people, instead of you being accountable for your life and your choices, and managing your time, and sacrificing what you need to do in order to be successful in life. That's all. But instead, it's easier to be like, I ain't got time. It's easy to be like, I'm going to take a nap. It's easier to be like, I'm going to eat bad food. It's easier to be like, I'm gonna play the game all day. I'm gonna sleep all day. I'm gonna not do nothing. I'm gonna be lazy and just sit around. Like, the easy ain't gonna get you too far. It ain't gonna get you too far. It's just gonna stagnant. You gonna be stagnant. You gonna be stagnant. And then when you look up, time go on. You done had so much time you done wasted. As time go back, so much time you done wasted. Just because you ain't really lock in, and you ain't really focus on the life that you wanted for yourself. And that's one of the scariest things, because you don't want to look up 10 years, 20, 15 years down the line, and I didn't lock in on my life. I wasn't focused on what I needed to do in order for me to be successful. That's a scary sight. You look 10 years down the line, a decade, and you wasted so much time Now it's like, now you ain't got time. Now you really ain't got time. 15 years, now you got kids. Now you got responsibility. You got bills, rent, car, whatever it is, food. It's like, you gonna wish you did something valuable with your time when you was younger. You gonna wish you did something valuable with your time when you had it. Only if you knew. Only if you knew. Only if you knew. So, man, it is important. It is important that you manage your time. When you manage your time, you manage your life. Man, because if you don't, it's going to fly right past you. It's going to fly right past you. Man. But the less you say and the more work you put in, life will be better for you. I promise you. The less you talk, the less you speak about what you do and you actually act on what you gonna do, act on what you need to do, life is going to be better for you. Remember, your focus is everything. Your belief is everything. Hope and faith is everything. If you can put your focus on something and you can hope and believe and have faith in it, then you can do it. You can accomplish it. You can get to your dreams and goals in life if you have hope, faith, and you put the work in. Trust and believe. You can. You just gotta keep grinding and keep going. And don't let nothing stop you. Hold on, I'm trying to get to this page so I can read that, because I just was talking about procrastination. And I just looked. I just found it in a book. I'm gonna find a decent quote though. Yeah, I'm gonna find a decent quote though. I got in the living room from situation, but it did take me through it. There are many times in life when we have to go through something difficult, but there will be, see, go through. I'm gonna read it to y'all too. It says, as I shared, God didn't deliver me from my situation, but he did take me through it. There are many times in life when we have to go through something difficult, but there will be a blessing at the end of it if we won't give up or refuse to obey God. Man, gotta get through them difficult times. Gotta get through them difficult times. Gotta get through them trials. Gotta face them fears. Face your fears. Cause it ain't gonna do nothing but build your self-confidence, build your character, build you as a person. You know, it's not about, it don't matter who judge you, you know, how somebody look at you, how somebody, perceive you, whatever it is. It's all about you. It's your life. It's your life. So it's important that you live the life that you want to live for yourself. And you don't stop just because of how somebody think about what you trying to do with your life, or you know because man, I want to say something too. No matter how hard you try, even if you do fail, just get back up and keep going. You know, just get back up and keep going. Even if you do take a loss and turn it into a lesson, just get back up and keep going. It don't matter who seen it. It don't matter who laughed. It don't matter who giggled. It don't matter who smiled. You know, don't none of that matter. As long as you able to learn from it, grow from it, and then have it with you along your journey. That's all that matter. That's all that matter. Hmm. Hey, I found another quote. Show y'all too. Don't be offended by trouble. Don't be offended by trouble. If you're constantly being hurt, offended, or angered, you should honestly evaluate your inflamed ego. I got a big ego. Nah, but gotta watch your ego too. But sometimes we have this little feeling. You know, you have a little feeling to where it's like you want to retaliate, or you want to do something back, or you know, you feel like you got to jump big, you got to jump bad, but sometimes you got to humble yourself before you get humbled. You know, by life, you got to humble yourself before you get humbled. Like that ego, man. Now it's cool to. I feel like it's cool to, like, if you been put down, you took losses, you know, you failed at life, you been through a lot, and now you finally catching some wins. It's cool to have self-confidence. It's cool to have self-belief, you know, but at the same time, you still want to keep a certain level of humbleness. You know, you don't want to just start acting any type of way, you know, and then just treating people as if they less. You know, you want to always treat everybody the same, and always have. It's good to have that humble mentality. Now it's your choice. However, you know, it's your choice though. It's your choice. However you wanna be, but I'm just saying it's always good to have that humble mentality, because even in your highest moments, you still could be humble. You still can be yourself. You know, you still can appreciate and be grateful for life. And you still can give the same love and respect, and you can still give out good energy. So it's important that, you know, that you just stay level headed. You don't want to become too big headed. Excuse me. You don't want to become too big headed, and then everything just start falling down. You know, your life just start falling apart because you became too big headed. You know, you became too cocky. You know, you lost sight of what's important. You lost sight of the little things that's important in life, the characteristics that you need in life, you know, your character, your accountability, just being grateful, you know, having gratitude towards life. Um, that's important. That is important. So, man, don't that cocky and getting too high and losing sight of what's really important mess you up. It'll really mess you up for real. Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can get another quote. Get another quote. Get another quote. Oh, yeah. Where is? Okay, I got something else. Let me see if I can show it. I got y'all. If y'all can see it. It say, be careful what you say. Don't mix bad words with your bad mood. You will have many opportunities to change a mood, but you will never get the opportunity to replace the words you spoke. Oh, that's deep. I ain't gonna lie, that's deep. It's I gotta read that one more time. Be careful what you say. Don't mix bad words with your bad mood. You will have many opportunities to change a mood, but you will never get the opportunity to replace the words you spoke. That's deep. I ain't gonna lie, that's deep. Because so many people, and including myself, I ain't gonna say so many, including me too. Boy, you will get in a bad mood. You will be feeling a certain type of way, and you will just say whatever. Like, your emotions cause you to scar somebody for life just off of the words you say. And we don't you ain't gonna realize that until you like get older, and you start being aware of it. That's why I always talk about self-awareness and watching what you do, what you say, who you are, what you need to be around, positivity, negativity, all that matters. But man, I ain't gonna lie, that quote just hit, because it's like, man, we will see so many people that get emotional, and then they just say whatever to scar somebody or hurt somebody, and somebody will remember that forever. Like, you will remember that forever. That's why I say you can get the opportunity to change your mood, but you can't replace the words you spoke when you was mad. You can't replace the words you spoke when you was sad. You know? And that's true though. It's crazy, but it's true. You ever get mad at somebody, and then you just start blurting. You just start saying stuff. And you probably ain't even mean it, but it's just because like you hurt and you mad and you emotional, you angry, so you just start blurting out words to hurt that person and saying whatever. But they don't never forget that. They don't never forget the words you said. So that's why emotional intelligence is important too, because sometimes you just gotta back off. You just gotta get away from the conversation. Step back, get your emotions, get your mood together before you say something that can't be taken back. You know, that can't be taken back or replaced. Because man, that just hit deep though. You will never get the opportunity to replace the words you spoke. That's why emotional intelligence and working on yourself is key. Because you ain't gonna always be able to just get mad, get frustrated. Sometimes you gonna have to cool yourself down. Sometimes, because it's not gonna always be the right time and the right place to get frustrated and get mad and want to yell and want to fight and want to say whatever. Sometimes that's why it's important. That's why I talk about self-preparation so much too. Like, preparing yourself just in case you do get in a situation like that. Managing your emotions, and before you get too emotional and get too mad and want to spaz out and tweak out on somebody. Instead, just work on that. That's all. Instead, you just gotta work on that in your life and fix that. Fix that. Work on that and fix that. Just like your addictions. Finna say addictions. Just like your addictions. Work on your addictions. Prepare yourself, because it's important. It is important. Like, and ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. You don't work on it, you look up, you gonna wish you worked on it. Time go on, you go, man, why I ain't work on my emotional intelligence? man, why I ain't work on this? Why I ain't work on my discipline? Why I ain't work on my consistency? Why didn't I work on growing and elevating my life? Why didn't I work on my self-awareness? Accountability. Things that really matter and really that's gonna help me in life. Why didn't I work on none of that? You're gonna be asking yourself that if you don't start working on it. Like, man, I should have started. Man, I should have did this. Man, I should have did that. Gotta get it started before it's too late. Before it's too late. But I appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate the love and support, man. Man, I'm gonna start writing down some topics and some ideas, for me to have for my videos. Start trying to organize and set it up and getting back into my book, so. But I appreciate the love and support. I appreciate y'all watching, man. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit me down in the comment section for ideas, topics, whatever you will want me to talk about or touch on. I'll be willing to, talk about it. So I appreciate y'all. I'm out. Peace.